Hey everyone, it's Mr. Cinema Junkie here with my video entry to Robert2339's contest. Definitely check him out. Go check out his channel. Link will be below. His contest is asking us to describe a sequel we would make to a movie. It has to be one that hasn't spawned a sequel yet, and it can't be part of a franchise. So it's kind of not like I'm going to come up and say, okay, I got one, Friday the 13th Part 11. Jason's not on the moon again. You can't do that. But here's one. I don't really talk about making sequels too much. I never really say this is what I want to see in a sequel. I'm usually just kind of like, oh yeah, I can see where a sequel would be good here. Or I say, I hope they never make a sequel to this movie. But there are a couple of titles that I've thought about the actual prospect of making a sequel to them, and one of them I discussed with my brother a few times. Years ago, we were just tossing around an idea, and it made me think of that. So I wrote down a couple of notes. The sequel that I would do is a sequel to the movie The Professional, or Leon the Professional. And the name of the movie would be Ring Trick, The Professional 2. Ring Trick was something that they discussed in the original Professional. It had to do with the ring on a grenade, I believe. So I just thought it sounded cool, Ring Trick. So that would be the name. And I would bring back Natalie Portman as Matilda. She would be a lot older, of course, maybe 30 or so. Danny Aiello as Tony. That was the guy that Jean Reno was working for. Well, of course, she's going to either get jobs from him or work for a rival of Danny Aiello's. And if it's going to be for a rival, then I want the rival to be Joe Pesci, because he kind of embodies that very well. But she's going to be a cleaner and so on and so forth. And I would like for her to even live in the apartment buildings that she grew up in, that she was abused in as a child, but not in the same apartment. And she would have flashbacks of, or maybe in better yet, she would live in Leon's old apartment. Yeah. And a few flashbacks here and there of him, and things that he did for her and stuff like that. And during one of her deals, she's going to uncover a child prostitution / pornography ring that is headed by a very, very bad policeman. He's going to be someone on par with Gary Oldman, but of course Gary Oldman died in the first one. But he's got to be someone who can capture crazy, mad, insane, and evil all at the same time. And for that, I would want Willem Dafoe to play the new enemy, the new antagonist. Yeah, so when she uncovers the pornography / prostitution ring with children in it, she meets a 15-year-old boy who doesn't say much, takes him under her wing, gets him to break out of his shell, and starts to teach him how to defend himself, how to fight, how to not be a victim anymore. He was victimized in one of these videos, and she's going after them, and he wants revenge too. As the movie progresses, she realizes that she hasn't been taking care of one person, she's been taking care of two. He would be twins. And one of the twins, just like she did in part one, would start developing feelings for her. And that would cause her to remember how she had feelings for Leon way back when. And it would make her a little kind of shaky at her job because she's not keeping her mind on things. Excuse me. But finally, it would all kind of group together to where she has two trainees. She's teaching them both to to do the things that she does. She looks out for both of them, and I would want it to end on a note where she finds out, if she's working for a rival, that the rival is involved with this cop, Willem Dafoe, and that she just destroys everybody, and in turn goes back and befriends Danny Aiello, who puts her to work, and it closes with her leaving. And as she's leaving, the two boys are sitting at the table with Danny Aiello having something to eat. One is looking at his plate, eating intently, just into his meal, while the other one just kind of looks at the food on the plate and then rolls his eyes up at her. She looks back at him, and it would fade out at that point, which would kind of leave it open for a sequel to that one, but also that the feelings that this young boy had for her, she was kind of developing too, because she knows what it's like to guard and take care of somebody now. And it's become more than that. She's not just a mother figure anymore. She actually is starting to develop kind of a feeling for her, much like Leon did with her. But they didn't touch on that one too much until you got the uncut version, and you could see that there was more to it than that. A little uneasy to watch, considering that she was so young at the time and he was an old man, but still a great story, and one worth retelling if done right. So I hope that was enough, but because this isn't something that I really flashed out too much. But yeah, those are some of the ideas I would have for a sequel to Leon the Professional, and that would, like I said, it'd be called Ring Trick, the Professional Part 2. Thanks for the opportunity to enter your contest, and I wish everybody who enters the best of luck, and a movie deal if somebody picks up on your idea. So thanks everyone. I'll be talking to you all real soon.